welcome everybody to the largest radio telescope in the world. There are three main reasons it was built here in Puerto Rico. The first reason is because it's funded with U.S. government money, and they were looking for U.S. territory to build it on, and since 1952, Puerto Rico has been associated with the U.S. government. The second reason is because Puerto Rico is located 18.5 degrees north of the equator line, and this gives a clearer view of the celestial bodies for the scientists to do their studies. The third reason is because there was a natural sinkhole here where the reflector is, so it was more cost effective for the engineers and everybody to give the orders to start building the spherical reflector over that already existing sinkhole. There are around 40,000 panels covering the whole reflector. Here you can see an example of them. They have punching holes and they're made of aluminum. The holes are for the rain and the sunlight to go through them and give light to underneath vegetation, since the reflector is lifted 15 feet off the ground. Here you can see the special shoes they use on the movie to walk on top of the reflector. They're also made of aluminum. They're used to walk on top of the reflector and remove the moth and everything. People who use them are supposed to weigh less than 140 pounds. So, you know, they don't affect or damage the panels that are laid down in the reflector. And at the end to your right, you can see a piece of a wire. That little piece weighs 66 pounds. That's the pieces those are a piece of the wire that connects the tower to the platform. The whole wire weighs 10 tons.
Wow.
Okay, the radio telescope is composed of three main parts: the towers, the platform, and the reflector. Here on the platform, you can see the azimuth arm, the one that looks like an arc, pulls down the antenna, and the Gregorian dome. Right now it's turning, so you can see how it moves. It moves slowly, so they can look for any coordinates they want on the sky and they study it. The antennas, the 430 megahertz antenna, is used to study the atmosphere. And here in the Gregorian dome, it's the size of a 6-story building, and inside there are two smaller reflectors that amplify the signal, and then there's 12 antennas that send the signal out to the control room, okay? There's two ways we do radio astronomy projects here, the active and the passive way. The active way is the one you saw in the movie when we shoot out our radio signals and they bounce off meteorites or planets we want to study. They come back down to us. We switch to receiving mode and receive all the information. And then there's the passive way, where we just leave it on receiving mode, and natural pulsars or galaxies that emit their own radio waves send signals down so we can receive them and study what they're doing, okay? If you have any questions or doubts, this is the time to do it. No questions?
How often does it move?
Whenever the scientists want to do any different, angles, they just move it around whenever they want. It's like 24/7 hours of experiments here. They're always receiving or sending out information.
Yeah. Where are they working?
There's a mountain nearby. There's another mountain then there's where the control room is. They have a wide window so they can see all this, and they just move it around like the one you saw in the display area.
Why do they refer to that as a Gregorian dome?
I'm guessing Gregorian is like the last name of the one who did the model of the dome.
Okay.
So that's why they named it after him, or he probably named it after himself.
Okay.
Okay, so it was built here from 1960s to 1963. It cost about $9.5 million, but now it will be like in the billions because it's the largest and the most sensitive one. Fun facts about the radio telescope here: three major films were filmed here. GoldenEye, James Bond movie, Contact with Jodie Foster, and in 2010, The Losers with the dude that plays Captain America and Zoe Saldana.
Oh.
Yeah. And X-Files episodes have been filmed here, and this scene over here is also a scene on the I think Battlefield or something like that. It's a game, PlayStation game, where people like shoot guns and stuff all over the place.
Aquí, a través de los telescopios podemos ver sus compañeros galácticos. La formación de estrellas nebulosas de la vida. En las tierras, estrellas jóvenes y brillantes. Los satélites de estrellas usando una real
Allison, did you see that piece that looks like it's part of the radio? That's one of those antennas. That's that antenna that's hanging off of it.